Hey guys, today we're looking at the 9850X3D versus the 9800X3D in Escape from Tarkov 1.01 here in 2026. First, the delta between offline and online performance is smaller than I've ever seen. I've been doing these Tarkov CPU comparisons for a few years now, and normally when I run offline no AI as a baseline, there's a pretty noticeable drop once you go online. In this case, the gap is way tighter than usual, so I'm not exactly sure what changed. There was just enough of a difference in smoothness for me to actually notice it while playing, and we saw that in the 0.1% lows. It's not a night and day difference, but it is there, and in a game like Tarkov where you're fighting for every single frame, it's something worth talking about. For power draw, the 9850X3D is pulling about 24% more at 82 watts versus 66 on the 9800X3D. The temps are still low overall, but the 9850X3D runs about 13% hotter at 60 degrees versus 53 degrees Celsius. In exchange for all that extra power and heat, you're getting roughly 3.2% higher clocks at 5596 versus 5425. This comparison, I focused on the most demanding sections of the most demanding map in the game, which is Streets of Tarkov. I ran my usual route down Klimov Street into Lexos, first in offline to get baseline numbers, and then online in real raids to see real-world numbers. Each test was repeated 3 times. Is it worth upgrading? If you already own a 9800X3D, I'd say don't bother. It's not a mandatory upgrade for Tarkov. The 9850X3D is basically a factory overclocked 9800X3D. So yeah, it does perform a bit better, but whether that's worth it really depends on how much you care about squeezing that tiny bit of extra consistency. If you really wanted that small boost, you could potentially sell your 9800X3D and pick up a 9850 for maybe 50 to 100 bucks all told. But for most people, it's just really not necessary. For new builds, it comes down to whether you want the absolute best or the best value. MSRP wise, the 9800X3D is $479 while the 9850 is $499. I've seen the 9800 drop as low as $449 and even lower in some deals. In terms of performance, it's almost a wash, so the 9800X3D is definitely the better value. That said, if you're a serious Tarkov player, that tiny extra edge and smoothness from the 9850X3D could be worth it, especially given the relatively small price difference and with PC component prices being what they are right now.